This is Ryan with Sanctuary Pizza. You're tuning in Valley Vibes Podcast, the best podcast in the 209. You heard? When the pandemic happened, well, I ended up trying to figure out what to do next. Mm-hmm. And I had this little gas fire oven called an uni. I couldn't figure it out how to work it. So I'm like, whatever. Then 2020 came around. I'm like, well, I got this little pizza oven. The company I work for is already gone. So I'm like, might as well just make pizzas for fun and sell pizzas to my friends, give pizzas away to the neighbors, whatever.
Yeah.
And then that turned into a thing. And we had a huge pop-up one time in my backyard, like in the middle of of COVID, like in March or something like that. And I think, I don't know, almost 150 to 200 people showed up. And then one of my friends the next day was like, dude, Ryan, your pizza pop-up was like everybody's sanctuary from COVID. From inside the house. And I'm like, fuck, that's a fucking cool name. Like, I'm gonna just go with Sanctuary. Like, when the momentum started picking up, right? I had to buy a trailer. We even spray painted the trailer, just, move equipment.
Yes.
And so I ended up buying 2 more ovens right after that. Having 3 ovens was like, I could do big parties now. Mm-hmm. And because now I can do 3 pizzas at a time versus like 1. Like, if I'm gonna bet on me, I'm gonna bet on me. Like, let's do it.
At some point, you need a team or you need help.
Yeah.
Because the one-man show can only go for so long.
Yeah, and then I was getting burnt out, and, it was like taking a toll on my health. I got overweight. Even like with relationships, like it was just, it got pretty bad.
Yeah.
And that's, that time where I think we talked about it, like just wanted to quit.
Yes.
And that's like, but like, I always had to tell myself, but if you quit now, like everybody that's believing you is going to be so upset. The pizza community is very, for the most part, I can't say everybody's like that, but I say the majority, like the mass majority, like they're all willing to help each other out.
That's nice. Very giving.
Yeah. So
strong community.
Yeah, strong community, which is like something like me, like, hey, like if I can help you out, I'll help you out. If there's something that you can learn from me, come hang out with me and work with me for a day if you want. Like, I tell people there's no secrets in life, like especially in business, there's no secrets. Like, especially with pizza, like, there's no secrets. Like, if you want to keep it a secret, put it in a book. No one's gonna read it. Like.
Ryan, Sanctuary's Pizza. Bienvenido, bro.
Gracias. Colombiano, yeah.
And /USA.
I was born here, my family.
Yeah, same thing. Mexican American, USA, Colombian.
You know what it is? I was like, I'm not American enough in America, and I'm not Colombian enough in Colombia.
Hey, it's the same thing with Mexico, bro.
Yeah, Mexico.
And when you go over there, they're like, you ain't really Mexican. Like, and then when I'm saying, yeah, America, USA, they're like, bro, calm down, bro. You're Mexican. Yeah. I don't know, man. We can never make the raza happy.
I know, man.
Hey, brother, but thank you so much for coming. Where are you from?
Born and raised Turlock, California.
Turlock, California, man. Hey, man, the Valley Vibes podcast is expanding, man. Works. That's dope, man. First ever from Turlock.
Oh, nice.
Yes, he was from Modesto. Yes. You're from Turlock. The first thing is, man, before I even get into the business, is like, what were you doing prior to getting in the pizza industry?
Oh, man, I lived in LA for 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah.
SoCal,
yeah.
And
after I graduated high school, I was like, I'm out of the valley. I hate this place.
Did you have your own place? Were you roommating?
Yeah, I had roommates in the beginning. I mean, I was 18. I was trying to figure out how to live,
On campus?
No, with apartments.
Oh, okay.
Apartments, and then sleeping on couches and just trying to make a life for myself. Trying to just do it on my own.
Yeah.
It's not easy. That was like 2001.
So we're talking back.
Yeah. I'm 41, man.
41. Hey, but you look phenomenal, man. Good for you, man. Like, I wouldn't have thought. And prior to us going live is the whole yoga and bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So we're always like conscious about your form, your weight.
Yeah. I've always worked out. I played sports my whole life. Wrestled wrestled for a long time. Played baseball for a long time.
Oh, so you're athlete.
Yeah. So I always try to stay active. There's dips where you let yourself go and then you have to come back and.
But I think it's important in your place, man, because I think it'd be easy to be really, really big.
It's harder when you get older, man.
How often do you say, how many times do you eat pizza a week?
Oh, man. Not as much as I used to, but now, like, if I'm working, like, I might have, like, once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week.
Yeah. Or if I go to, like, a different city and I know they have a really good pizza shop, I just go by and just go support and see what's up to my friends and like, grab a slice from them. So looking into your whole page and everything you've accomplished,
So there's a whole, from ingredients to ways of making them, traditions, a storefront, mobile now, which in your case, pop-ups. Like, I think this is so amazing, so cool, man. Sanctuary Pizza, was that the intentional name, or how did that name come from? Or were there other up and coming names like you were thinking of?
You know, so the company I was working for before the pandemic, they end up, 2020 happened, COVID, all that stuff,
Shutdowns.
So he ended up moving his company to Nashville, Tennessee. So, I didn't have a place to work at anymore, and there plus no one was, all events are canceled. We're like wedding heavy, anything like it's like a party.
Oh, so was it mainly catering then too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like a storefront.
No, I worked at the restaurant that he owned.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I kind of got like introduced to like wood fire pizza cooking, like 2013, 2014. And then eventually like started helping him out with catering, and then that kind of just like progressed. Like, hey, I'm available all the time. We do this. Like, this is actually kind of fun. I don't want to be at a restaurant. Or rather be, hey, let's go out to Yosemite, or let's go out to someone's mansion house and making pizza with the wood fire. Like, that's cool. Like, to me, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I wanted to do at my life, being like in my early 30s, mid 30s. I'm like trying to figure stuff out. So I did a lot of things, So the pizza catering was just one of the things that I was doing at the time. So when the pandemic happened, we end up I end up trying to figure out what to do next. And I had this little gas fire oven called an Uni. The one you say you're an ambassador? Yeah, I became like an ambassador for the company eventually down the road. And I had it in my garage for like a year and a half. Like, I never used it, because I got to use one time at a yoga teacher training in New Jersey. So I was helping out and helping teach this training over there, and we made pizzas for like the students with one of these ovens. I'm like, oh, this is fucking dope. I didn't know you can do like a portable oven before. So I ended up buying one when I got back, and I'm like, I couldn't figure it out how to work it. So I'm like, whatever. Then 2020 came around. I'm like, well, I got this little pizza oven. The company I work for is already gone, so I'm like, might as well just make pizzas for fun and sell pizzas to my friends, give pizzas away to the neighbors, whatever.
Yeah.
And then that turned into a thing, and we had a huge pop-up one time in my backyard, like in the middle of of COVID, like in March or something like that. And I think, almost 150 to 200 people showed up.
Damn, good for you.
Yeah. Literally, oh shit.
I'm surprised they didn't shut you down, man.
I was so fucking scared. I was like, I don't think this is supposed to happen, but and I got all these pizza orders and people were hanging out. My parents were bringing out blankets to put it on the grass. People were bringing their kids. Guys were leaving and coming back with like cases of beer. And I'm just saying, like, this is not going to happen right now. I'm like, fuck. The cops are going to come and everything. Yeah. But nah, maybe don't be. It took me like 8 hours eventually to get everybody's pizza.
Wow.
But everybody was hanging out, had a good time. People just showed up. Like cool. Like, people that I didn't expect to show up, came to my part of the town and supported me. And then one of my friends the next day was like, dude, Ryan, your pizza pop-up was like everybody's sanctuary from COVID. From inside the house. And I'm like, fuck, that's a fucking cool name. Like, I'm gonna just go with Sanctuary. Like, if this is just a pop-up and it's nothing this and I don't do pizza ever again, fine. Like, we call it the Sanctuary pop-up, like my backyard's everybody's sanctuary.
I like that, man. That's a cool. I wasn't expecting. That's cool how you put everything together. I just thought like, oh, it just sounded cool.
Yeah.
But there was a whole story with your friend's comment. Yeah. That's amazing. And from then on, because you're big on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, IG, Facebook, I've seen you in everywhere. Did you just start putting out content, word of mouth? What were your biggest pushers coming up now?
I think during COVID was mostly content driven. Everybody was on their phone.
Yes.
I was kind of late on the TikTok. I should have got on it during the COVID because that's when people were just blowing up even more.
Yes.
But I eventually, went viral on TikTok too. And I have a decent following on TikTok.
So humble. He's so humble, guys. Y'all see.
Yeah, so it was just mostly content driven and trying to just put out content. And then when I figured out that hey, pizza is going to be my thing, and I went all in and started investing more in ovens. And
I seen that because on your original like highlights, you even had artists like spray paint the original portable ovens, right?
yeah. Well, that was part of like also like the like of my vision like was involve like local artists to be a part of my journey, and also like how can I support them like as I make pizza. And I really like art. Like I went to school for that pretty much,
Oh, you went to school for art?
Well, doing graphic design, multimedia. So back then, like 2001, we used to do like a whole art class where we had to draw people and stuff like that. But I ended up dropping out of that because I didn't want to. At the time, we were working at you were doing like screen printing, and there wasn't that much work back then. Now there's all kinds of cool stuff to do.
Yes.
But yeah, so like my friend, I made friends with this guy who's like starting to do murals, and I just hit him up on IG, and I was like, hey, you ever painted a pizza oven before? He's like, no. I'm like, you want to paint one? He's like, so I'm down. And so we met up, and he kind of just, we talked, and he looked at the oven. I was like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, whatever you want.
and they came out sick. They came out dope.
Yeah.
And did you said you had one. Did you keep buying them and then you bought the pizza oven? Because I saw you had two, or was that like somebody else's?
So the momentum started picking up, right? I had to buy a trailer. We even spray painted the trailer, just move equipment.
Yes.
And so I ended up buying two more ovens right after that, and then I bought another one, and then eventually became like an ambassador. I started getting some other stuff too from them as well, but having three ovens was like I could do big parties now, and because now I could do 3 pizzas at a time versus like one. But I knew that was still not big enough because coming from the wood fire background, like the ovens that I worked off were huge. So I knew like, hey, I need to save up enough money to buy a truck and another wood fire oven when I see the one that I need. And one popped up in Long Beach, and I was the type of oven that I wanted and the brand. I'm like, you don't see these for sale, so this is a sign. It has to be a sign.
Yes.
And I see the price, and I looked at my bank account. I'm like, I just barely have enough.
Damn. So this is you basically going all in.
All in. And I'm like, this is like a year and a half, maybe a year into like what I, like 2021. From
the pop-ups and the momentum. So yes.
So I'm like, okay, well, like, what am I going to do? So I reached out to this guy. He was doing cool pop-ups out of his van. They were called Speak Cheesy at the time. Amazing chef, Jason Winters. Now we're like really good friends. We talk like all the time.
From the guy you bought.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're friends. We even went to New York together to go do like a pizza crawl. That's how
that's dope.
So I hit him up, and I'm like, hey, I'm really interested in your oven. Like, he's like, yeah, I want like, I want like 12, 13K for it. I'm like, okay. Like those things brand new are like 25 up to 40,000 brand new.
Brand new car.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I don't even have that, but I got 12K. That's all I got, but we'll make it work. And so I told him, hey, I'll be down there in 2 weeks. I'll pick it up. I don't know if he thought it was like just pulling his chain, whatever. But he was moving into like a brick and mortar concept and changing up his whole like catering for pizza concept. So he didn't need these ovens no more. So I showed up. I looked at the ovens because he had 3. He was selling one, and I got to pick up which one I wanted. And I went to the bank, and I was like shaking at the bank. I'm like in East LA in the hood at a Chase Bank.
You're watching out for them boys.
And I was just like, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And I was just shaking because I was more like, oh wow, like this is like a make or break moment.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And I knew that. I was like, and I sat there in the car. I go, is it worth it? Do I just drive home? Do I play it safe, or do I just say fuck it, just take all my money, and I got to make it work? Now it's on me.
Yeah, business is a gamble.
Yes.
That's one thing I'm noticing. Business is you're placing bets.
Yes,
but it's more on yourself. But you hope you're investing that 12K, or talking to all these entrepreneurs, people that have sat across from me, I've noticed they're whatever, a machine, the product, the merch they're putting their money in, they're hoping to have a return.
Yeah.
And if that's your last dollar, it's very intimidating. Like, a lot of people won't take that chance, but I feel like that's what separates the 1% from the 99, because I would say 99 of us will just play it safe. We don't want to, like, we wouldn't put ourselves in that predicament.
Oh man,
the fear of failure.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I failed so many times, and it's not my first time running a business or like doing stuff that was risky in business or risky ventures. We could get into that later, but but so I was like, you know what? Like, what am I? Like if I'm gonna bet on me, I'm gonna bet on me. Like, let's do it. So I took the money out. I showed up to his commissary kitchen, and I just handed him the cash. And then I, picked up the truck that I was gonna tow it back with, and then I towed the oven back all the way to Turlock. And I had it. And it was like the worst time to buy it too, because it was getting close to the winter time, so it's slower.
I see.
I didn't have any extra money to buy wood, or I needed to buy a door for this thing. Like, it was like it needed some repairs. And I'm just like, God damn, like what am I gonna do? So now I have to still do jobs with the uni, and I gotta like make money. So I asked one of my best friends, Ricardo. He owns a car lot, and I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna need more like a few $1,000s just to make it these next couple months. So yeah, no problem, I got you. So I'm like, okay. So before I even picked up the money into it, like, one of my friends who owns a barbecue shop in Turlock, Big Vic's Barbecue, hit me up and said, hey, man, I'm doing this catering event for the owners of Harris Ranch, and they need some late night caterers. Like, I don't want to do it, so I just recommended you. I'm like, okay. So I talked to the person. So yeah, we want to do it for like 150 people. I'm like, cool. That's like, for like, like half of what I spent on the oven. Cool. And then that 150 turned into like 600 people. And it was pretty much like I made all my money back on one job.
Wow, man. Good for you. What the heck? There's money to be made in this industry.
Within a couple months of getting the oven. So I'm like, okay. But that was like, even then, like, I was like, I've done jobs that big with the other business that I worked with. But I never did it with myself, and also like with people that never made pizza before. I had to like do everything. I still gotta do everything now, but back then no one knew how to like stretch a pizza. Everybody was just like topping pizzas for me while I was like stretching, like doing everything by hand, and then cooking the pizzas at the same time.
You have a team, right? At least when you show up to these events.
Yeah.
Because I see you sometimes post like getting ready for this thing, getting ready for that. So do they just help you with the day of, or do you have them like prepping with you, and not, or are you still doing everything yourself now?
I have one guy that kind of helps me with like prep during the week, when we like, depending on how heavy the prep load is. He'll help me do some like par baking for our Detroit, or like getting some ingredients ready. But usually everybody's day of. I have my cousin Frankie now, who jumped on, and he's doing like all our booking and sending quotes and contracts to clients.
The accounting type of on the side thing.
Yeah, I'd say more like just like
paperwork,
like hospitality.
Got it.
Letting the customers know, this is our prices, this is our quotes. Sorry, I'm over here burping the prime.
No, you're good.
These are our prices. These are our quotes. This is what we do. This is what we offer. Because I couldn't do that no more. I was like, I can't do that and go prep and do this. I'm spread really, really thin.
At some point, you need a team, or you need help.
Yeah.
Because the one man show can only go for so long.
Yeah, and then I was getting burnt out, and it was like taking a toll on my health. I got overweight. Even like with relationships, like it was just, it got pretty bad.
Yeah.
And that's, that time where I think we talked about it, like just wanted to quit.
Yes.
And I was like, but like, I always had to tell myself, but if you quit now, like everybody that's believing you is going to be so upset. And so
that is true. And I think the person that's going to be upset the most is yourself.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I have to live with it. Right. So, eventually it's just like knowing to take accountability, and also like, hey, I need to get people to help me. And sometimes you just got to pray for it, and then my cousin, hey, I want to jump on and help people. Cool. I need you to do this. Yeah. Like this, I need you to figure it out. I can't teach it to you. You got to figure it out. And he figured it out. My cousin's awesome at that part. So, and he does every event with me now. have guys that can do like jobs. Have been like my number one guy who started with me was like Eli. He doesn't really work with me as much now because he has his own burger pop up. But he was there in the pretty much like in the beginning stages of catering for me.
Yes.
And just to see him now, like that guy can make pizza now. He can hand stretch. He can do things. But when I first had him, he couldn't do anything.
All this. The only thing I know about pizza, bro, is how to eat it.
Yeah.
all this
the best
work,
part.
all this work though, man. Is it like? Is it a skill? Is it like? And I'm because I'm assuming not just anybody can like stretch a because I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Like stretch a pizza, like top it correctly. Like,
Yeah.
is this something you got to learn, or is this?
Yeah, I'd say you have to learn it.
No, okay.
Yeah,
it's not like I can go back there and like just put some dough and put some sauce and cheese and voila.
Yeah, I mean you could do it, but like it's not gonna look like my pizza.
Yes, it is. No, because we're talking. How would you describe your pizza?
It's like I would call it American wood fire.
American wood
is
fire.
the style. Obviously, there's like people call it Neapolitan inspired, but I don't really use it like a lot of those Italian like ingredients. I use a lot of local stuff.
Yeah.
All grown here in the 209. Yeah.
AKA, it's on fancy ass pizza. It ain't no Little Caesars.
No.
It ain't no Domino's. None of that.
No, we do like long fermentations. Our process for dough takes like 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days to process dough.
Yeah, from like beginning to end. By the time you get your pizza, it's like it's been sitting in the fridge, the walk-in fridge for like 4 days, 3 days, sometimes 5 days, depending.
Do these rest like fast food pizza joints? Is it just frozen stuff then?
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, unless you go to like a nicer gourmet upper.
Yeah.
Got it. I got a question. This is more just like my barbecue and cooking side.
Yeah.
So you said wood fire. I see sometimes people talk about the type of wood they use to cook their meat.
Yeah.
It does matter.
I'd say with pizza, yes and no. I think with barbecue, because you're getting like flavor from the smoke. With pizza, it cooks so fast you don't really get like a flavor. Of the smoke,
got it.
But different woods burn at different temperatures.
Oh,
So depending and they have they put off certain BTUs. Like that's a whole you can go down a whole rabbit hole for that.
Yeah. There's a whole science.
There's a whole science, yeah. But you can still cook any pizza with type of wood. I use a lot of almond wood. So why? Because we have almond wood everywhere here.
Got it.
Like we could probably throw a rock around here and we'll hit an almond tree.
No, 100%. No, and I know that because I always see those almond photos every year, and it's always a Central Valley.
So,
get your almond season. Yeah, almond season, 100%. Okay, no, that's amazing. And so moving forward, you went from the little portable ovens to now your big trailer. Is it a trailer?
Yeah, it's a trailer. It's like a 3,000 to 4,000 pound oven on a trailer.
I think it's amazing, like where it's taking you. So where have you? You said Yosemite. What other places has it taken you to?
It was, man. I've gone to LA. I've done events in LA. I catered for Cheech and Chong.
Nice, that's cool. Sick.
I did that with the Unis. But catering wise, like I've gone all over the Bay Area. I was just in Carmel Valley. Last week. We were in Saratoga yesterday. Yosemite Auto Camp the day before, which I have a great relationship with that business there now.
That's amazing, man. That's incredible. Because I was just talking to like my photographer friends. I was like, isn't it amazing, like the connections you can make with the camera? And now I'm like, wow, like hearing your story side of things, like the places you've gone to, the things you've done, the people you've met through pizza, like sharing pizza, like, and I think like pizza is like a universal language.
Yeah. No one, even when it's bad, it's still good.
2 in the morning when you're drunk, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's all good.
You're cold, good. Hot, good. Stale, still good.
How did you know? Now I'm gonna reverse a little bit back.
Yeah.
First of all, before I bring that up, you mentioned you failed a couple businesses. This wasn't your first like business that like when you were the make it or break it moment. You said prior to this you've had failed businesses. What were those failed businesses? If you
oh man, when I moved out to SoCal, I worked for my first like entrepreneur job was with a flag football league.
flag football league?
Adult flag football.
Oh, adult flag football.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was my neighbor at the time. His name was Tom Goodmartin. Tom Goodmartin played for the Buffalo Bills with Tom Kelly, Jim Kelly, back in the day, in the 80s. And so he had an adult flag football league. And so he kind of took me under his wing, and I ended up like moving in with him, and he was showing me how to do like cold call sales. We'd be working in his garage, and I'd be calling people, hey, we got this flag football league. And then I would go with him, go to all the city halls to fill out permits. And he would show me how to do all these things, and then we do like our own marketing campaign. And so I pretty much ended up taking over his marketing campaign, became my own side hustle after that. So what we would do was like we call it grassroots guerrilla marketing. There's a great book called Guerrilla Marketing.
Okay.
I forgot who the author was, but awesome book. Still a great read. And a lot of the stuff still works today if you just know how to like just use it differently.
Sales is psychology.
Yes.
Sales. Have you heard of Alex Hormozy?
Yeah.
That's one guy. I'm digesting all his content right now.
Yeah.
Sales is an art. And my respects to like people that do it, because I like learning and I love like information, and like you obtaining that at an early age, that's dope because it's hard.
Yeah,
it's very cold, especially cold calling.
I hated it so bad.
But you get so used to rejection.
Yeah,
that's how I am now. I think with my podcast. Back then, I'm like, oh, what if they say no? I'm like, I ask 100 people, 10 of them are gonna say yes.
Yeah, now you got 10 weeks filled up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's funny how times goes. Yeah. So you take it over, and do you want like go all in on that, or
so I was like helping run the league. I was like refereeing, and I was also field managing, and we ended up becoming like the biggest adult flag football league at the West Coast at the time.
Awesome.
I worked for him for like 5 or 6 years, and I did other things as well. Like I was always hustling. I was just always doing all kinds of stuff. And so I took over his, like, we call it marketing campaign, where back in the day we would do there would be like big old neon posters that people would staple on like poles or off the freeway exits, stakes and everything. And we would do every single freeway exit from Ventura County, like Santa Barbara County, all the way to the Mexican border, all the way Inland Empire, all Southern California. There was parts of LA and Orange County that we couldn't touch because we always get in trouble. Yeah. But I hit every single freeway exit.
I honestly believe, you just gave me an idea. I feel like that would still work today.
I think it would still work today.
If you would just get a neon flyer, and let's say you start in Elk Grove, Sacramento, and you went all the way just to Modesto or Turlock, it would probably take you a whole day.
It'd take you a whole day, yeah.
But like, I feel like you would get a few phone calls, like trash dumping, local, like these local service. But I feel like most of us are not going to do that work.
No. But back in the day, it was like that shit was flooded. Everybody was doing it.
Everybody was doing it.
But we took it to an extreme, like because we had leagues all over Southern California. We're like, okay, we got to like get every single free. Like, how do you get in front of people? This is before like iPhones, right? So how do you get people's attention? Like, how do you see people like, hey, every time I get off this fucking freeway exit, I see this fucking same flag football sign over and over. And not including that, like we would also go into like the college campuses, and I put on a backpack and act like I was a student, and I would just fucking fly the fuck out of these places. I would get fucking escorted out, like, all the time.
Hell
and then the groceries, like back then we had Thomas guides. These were like books with maps on it of the city, and I would go to all like the shopping centers and just slaughter those areas. And find areas where, hey, that's a good spot. I got to put a flyer there. Yeah. And it was funny because, like, even when I was down there, like, there's places where I would go and I would see like flyers that have been like faded and fallen off, but they've been there for like 4 years. I'm like, damn, the thing's still up.
That's dope. Yeah. And it's also with like, because this is before paid ads. Yeah. Like paid ads, and also learning, like, I noticed through Alex Hormozy is knowing your avatar. Yeah. Like, where is your crowd going to be? So so have you transitioned those skills to the pizza?
Yeah, 100%.
And how do you mind sharing a little bit of how you market, like, towards the wedding crowd and the big parties?
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, even I'm going to go back to like that. Like, so I was getting approached by small businesses, and like people were like, hey, you do this for a living? I'm like, yeah. Well, how much would you do this? And I was like, oh, we just figured out some pricing. And then I was like, oh yeah, like some real estate. I wanted me to put out flyers. Well, I'm already in San Diego. I'm going to cover all this area. I'm going to guarantee you that you're going to get all these leads. And I wasn't like, I was always like, hey, like if I tell you I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. That's my honor. Like you're gonna pay me. Like that's how it was.
Yeah.
And so I ended up like at 18, 20 years old, I was making close to like 10 grand a month. Oh shit! Yeah, I was like cash, but I didn't know anything about financial literacy or put my money. I was just fucking going party. Like, hey, we're in San Diego, let's go party in Mexico for a little bit. But yeah, so that's I wasn't responsible enough to have that type of money.
People will always pay for attention.
Yes,
that's one thing I've learned.
Yeah,
people, if they see there's a crowd in front of you, business owners or people that want that attention, are gonna be like, how can that be me? Or
yes,
how can I come on?
Yeah,
going back to what you said.
Yeah, people
pay for attention.
Yeah,
and we fight for it 100% because on these phone apps. I know because I look at it so differently now. You see 3 of your friends post, and then there's an ad. It's like give, ask, give, ask.
Yeah.
On the like all these social media apps, they're trying to see how much hours attention can I extract from you. Like that's why they have their unique little sounds, or that's why sometimes when somebody tags you, I don't think you can even see the photo. Like you have to click on the notification. It's all these little things of attention, and that's great because I feel like a lot of people are not aware of like what's going on. I feel like they're just part of the system, but they're not like seeing it from the outside point of view. Like, what's the big picture here?
Yeah, what's the big picture? I mean, we're always fighting for attention, and even back before like smartphones, like there's always like the 3-second jingle. Like you hear a little sound like a jingle music, but that's oh well, fuck McDonald's, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You don't even have to say McDonald's; they just do the jingle. You already know. Like so, I think all that's important. And you're starting to see it now in the smartphone era. So
iPhone with their iconic ding ding ding, like everybody knows,
and everybody pulls out.
Yeah, everybody pulls out, and I don't know why we don't switch it.
Yeah,
I feel like because it's also like a status symbol.
Yeah,
it's all like I have the iPhone.
Yeah, the iPhone. Yeah.
And I remember the era where I was around the age where I had a flip phone, but some people had the buttons.
Yeah, and
people were saying I'm not gonna go with the iPhone because I like my physical buttons. And but people change. And even like TikTok. People said I'm never gonna be on TikTok.
Yeah, I was one of them.
there's kids dancing, and now you have to be on all these. The attention never goes away. It just changes on the platform.
Yes, and it's and so even like starting my business again with pizza, I'd be like, oh wow, I gotta like really like see where this attention is being put out and what type of demographic people, like so it's really cool. Like I got into it, and now I'm just like, okay, we're always posting content, and it's, you don't even have to put the best content. Like sometimes just post what you do every day. Like and then I go live a lot now, and the reason why I go live a lot is because like I was like in a creative block. Like how do I make content? Like I'm like, I just cater. Like I don't have cool shit like some of these like at-home pizza makers. Like, can make content. They got the cameras. Well, no, but my shit's real. Like, so I started going live, and people start. Now it's like people love my lives, and like they see like I have like my oven has like a bunch of stickers. So I have a bunch of stickers from all these pizza makers that I know, and everybody's like, now there are people are like, I want to send you a sticker. I'm like, yeah, here's my address. Send me a sticker. I'll put it on there for you. Like, it's like, and then now that's a thing. It's like everyone wants me to put stickers on my oven for them.
The importance of community, and branding. All that, because people want to feel like they're a part of something. Yeah. And so that's why even that, and I think it's really smart and good how you said, like, I show my day-to-day or the behind-the-scenes type of things, because if you perceive yourself as perfect all the time, people can't relate to that. Yeah. Because that's not real life. Yeah. But if you like, oh, he messes up, oh, he has bad days, he's not perfect, like that's, I see myself, I see me. Yeah. And because at first I wanted this podcast, like, I'm gonna make it all perfect. I'm like, I don't want to show my mess ups, me stuttering, all like, I'm like, that's not real though, bro. So like, so I leave it all in. Like, it's pretty raw.
Yeah, it's pretty raw, and that's the fun part, right? Yes. Yeah. And it's funny they say I messed up. Like I always give my guys a hard time sometimes, especially my cousin, like, for messing up. I'm like, oh man, you messed up, blah blah. And then there was, I think it was Friday, and I like dropped the whole pizza right in front of like my live. I'm like, looked at the camera, I'm like, damn, that was on live. I'm like, I messed up too, man.
I think that's a crime, bro.
Yeah. Call 911. No.
Nah, I'm playing. Would you say this is like a dumb question, but Pizza your favorite food?
Yeah, it's up there. I love pizza.
What's your top three? Just you.
Oh man, top three. Obviously Mexican food. I'm not even Mexican, but I love Mexican food.
What though? Mexican's very broad. Like what is it?
I love like mole. It's like one of my favorite dishes.
Fire, man.
And there's so many different varieties of mole. And so I want to try them all.
Yes,
I've tried almost all of them, but there's so many that I haven't tried. I've been to Mexico City. Love that place. Probably my favorite city that I've ever visited is Mexico City.
If you don't know what mole is, try out mole.
Yes.
Next time you're at an authentic Mexican restaurant, don't ask for it at Chipotle or Taco Bell. But you're at a nice Mexican restaurant, ask for the mole.
Ask for the mole. Yes. Actually, I had some food from when I was in Arizona with my friend, and he took me to a place for like a Sinaloa restaurant. And that was like a totally different style of Mexican food I never had either.
Was it more seafood?
We had a lot of seafood, but also like non-seafood stuff was like awesome. Like nice. I had a cholorio.
Cholorio.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with that.
Yeah, I had that like what is this? He's like, get it. It's hella good. I'm like, it's like sauce and pork. And then I'm like, all right, whatever. I literally was like licking my plate afterwards. I was like, this is so good.
Fire.
Machaca, obviously, too. So
100%. And what's the pizza, Mexican food, and what was like
oh, man. I like Asian cuisine, so like spicy Thai or like any like spicy Asian cuisine I just love.
Drunken noodles,
yeah.
Fire, man.
Pho, all that stuff.
Oh, pho! Don't get me started on pho, man. Love. Transitioning over to there's my mess up. There's my mess up. So I seen you were featured on Good Day. You've also been featured on podcasts and other IG influencers, lives, and all this. First of all, I gotta say shout out to the homegirl Yessie, man.
Yessie's the homie.
Yes, she's the homie. Yessie. I miss you. Hope you're doing well in LA or wherever you're at. Yeah, because she be moving.
Hey, she's a hustler.
She's a hustler. I respect her so much. So how'd you get on Good Day or with her, like in contact with her, and start like coming up on all these platforms?
So I did Good Day in the pandemic for the first time.
I seen that with the
ovens and had the guy spray painting everything.
The donation, right?
Yeah, with Westside Ministries. I work with Westside Ministries. They got my back. I got their back. If you need to donate to a cause, definitely donate to them because that's the money goes straight to our community, especially where I live at. It's just around the corner from my house. So we did something there for the first time with Good Day, and then the second time was with Yessie. Because she was starting to host and do stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah. So she wanted to host me again. So it was cool to be back on a Good Day again, and always grateful to be on that show. And obviously. I did with my wood fire oven that time versus the uni, so it was to see the transition.
I was about to say that. See the progress in real life. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like seconds, but what was the timeline? It was like a year, you said?
It was probably like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Damn.
Like 3 years.
So it wasn't an overnight success?
It wasn't an overnight success, no. There's no such thing.
Key right there. There's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
And all these podcasters and other people reaching out to you, is it they reach out to you or reach out to them?
They reach out to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, I do a lot of networking in the pizza industry. Go to Pizza Expo, so you meet people there, and then they see your content. And once your content starts to take off and you have a good following, people start to reach out.
I saw that you even have the username Pizza.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had a page.
Yeah,
I don't know who owns it or like whatever, but they have like millions of views. Yeah. I mean, billions of followers. Yeah. And like they're active on your stuff. I'm like, he's legit when Pizza is following it.
Yeah. I might know the people at Pizza. That's the homie.
Shout out to the homie then.
Shout out to the homie. Square Pie guys.
Talking about the expos, actually. Real quick, before we go to the New York, Las Vegas, tell me about the one when we were talking about in Lodi, where you were saying they were it was like an event where olive oil was involved and tomatoes.
Yeah, so that was at the Wines and Roses. You know where that's at. Mm-hmm. It's the bougie ass hotel in Lodi. I never knew it existed until like last year because that was the first time I got to stay there. And awesome place. I like it there. So this is my second trip. When I talked to you, it was my second time being invited to that trip. So the company that runs it is Stanislaus Foods. They're the tomato company. Okay. The biggest fresh packing tomato company in the world. Oh. In Modesto. And they have tomato fields from like all the way up to Sacramento areas, like all Central Valley. Best tomatoes, I think, and you know, if you go to the East Coast, anywhere like west of the Mississippi or anywhere in the United States, and it's a pizza shop or any type of like shop that has tomatoes and it's all high iron quality, it's going to be Stanislaus. The best tomatoes come from the 209 and 916, whatever you want to call it.
It's our soil, huh?
We have the Mediterranean climate, so that's what's really good for tomatoes. And we just, you know, their standards of like packing and like quality is like the best.
It's just from start to when it's is it business to business, or is it even
business to business?
Okay,
so you don't,
it's not like in your Sprouts or nothing like that.
No, you can't get it. So, but that's why the focus is on quality and just supporting the independent restaurants and pizzerias.
And the olive oil,
same thing. Cordo, which is the same. They're like this. They're like the same company, but like a branch of the tomato company. I don't know
brother sister.
But and that it's probably like 15 minutes from here.
Oh wow!
The facility's like right here, like in Lodi or Lodi, Stockton border, wherever you want to call it. Like it's on the other side of the freeway, and it's probably the freshest mass. Like it's like they produce a lot of olive oil, and it's like really fresh.
Yes,
and it's like probably the best you can get for like B2B.
Nice. Question: are these vegetables harvested through machine or through hand?
So the tomatoes are all harvested through machine, and also the olive oil too. Is like so it's picked. So that's the best way to do it. But when you go to the canning facility, it's all people in there like on the lines sorting stuff out. Like they put basil in like a lot of the cans in the cannery.
Yes,
and it's all handpicked by like little old like grandma Mexican ladies, one by one, and they're fast. Like and it's like the only place that has AC, so it's like we're all like the older like ladies have been there for like 20, 30 years. And it's crazy because it's such an institution in the 209 Central Valley Modesto area. Like I have friends that have been there. Like their parents have been there 23 years. My half sister's mom been there for 40 years before she retired.
Long time.
I can walk. Like every time I go to the facility, I see people that know me. Like, hey, what's up? Like they've been there forever. Like, so it's like it's such a tight community there, and they care about like their workers and people. Like if you get into Stanislaus, like you're probably gonna be there for life.
That's cool.
It's a seasonal job, but But also, it's like people don't let go of that job. Like those, like,
the hours are good.
The hours. Good. Well, you think about it too. It's like mostly Latino based. And it's mostly women. The majority are women. So if it's a seasonal job, and you know the moms are like, well, for the rest of the year, I can work seasonal, make a good chunk of change, and then the rest of the year I can be a mom and do those things. So it's like, it's just the family dynamic in the Central Valley and being Latino. Like,
I love how you give credit to even the farmers, the production, the everything. And the only reason I asked is because I was a field worker for 7 years. Yeah. And I got to pick I think any vegetable or fruit you could think of. Yeah. I've picked them. Yeah. And it was all, like you said, seasonal. Yeah. And I've done olive oil. I mean, I've done olives and tomatoes, but I was wondering if these, like, damn, did I get to pick these? But nah, since you said it was all machine.
All machines. I don't even know these even still pick tomatoes by hand anymore.
I know some people that do.
Okay,
but there's so many fields like Lodi, not even Lodi, California's farmland, acres.
And like being here, like in the Central Valley, like I have family members, and like even like my godfather was like a foreman for like a huge agricultural company, so he used to take me out to the field. So I've seen people work summertime. It's middle of summer. You got long sleeves. You got the hat, the thing covering your neck. It's like, and you're like, dude, it's fucking hot. But like, no, there's a reason why you wear that.
Like, protection more than the layers.
I lasted like 8 hours, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this.
And most of them in the fields are piecework. Yeah. So it's paid per pound
or per box.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's why they're just like, you can't even think of the heat.
Man, it's such a hard work. But if you look back, like even like within like Latin culture, or like even back to like before like even like in Central America before like the Europeans came over, like they're starting to find like old farming fields that were like just ginormous. Corn, for instance, is native to only like Central South America. Like it's not
to this day.
Like you can't find it anywhere else in the world. Like it grew wild, and then they farmed it. It has been genetically farmed in a certain way so it could feed like thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. Tomatoes are originally from Central America.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a cool fact.
So Italy wouldn't have tomato sauce if you didn't, come to the New World at the time, right? And brought them back. Like tomatoes only exist here, potatoes as well.
But they got exported.
They got exported. He's, obviously and then obviously people were able to crossbreed and create new genetics and stuff like that. But even like pizza wouldn't, sauce wouldn't be a thing if the Italians didn't bring it back. Like those tomatoes did not exist ever in Europe.
Why is like when people think of pizza, why do people think of Italy? Like, well, why is that like programmed in it? Because I don't know. Like, I think of. I recently went to New York a month ago.
Okay, we're nice.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Pizza, 99-cent slice, all the way to like your gourmet. You gotta wait an hour to get into I think it was the Spider-Man movie one. But why do we think of Italy also with pizza? Why is there tied? Do you know?
I could be wrong, but it has to do with like the Italian immigrants that came over in they settled in New York and all over the East Coast. So they were trying to make a food that was similar to what they had back in their hometown. But obviously they didn't have the same flour that they do here in the United States. So obviously like New York pizza, so some red sauce, cheese, dough, so it's evolved. So it's a cultural thing, right? So it's like tacos.
Yes.
Like, it's like you have Mexican food in California. Like I say, if Mexican food like in the Southwest is the best anywhere in the United States.
100%.
But I've had some really great Mexican food in New York. Like blown away. I was like, that is fucking good.
Yes, 100%.
The raza's coming up here now.
Love that. I didn't even we just been talking. Oh, so in that Wine and Roses event, are you guys just like seeing what other brands have to offer? Or
so what they do is like they invite pizza makers and like chefs from around the whole United States, and they just kind of want to show people, hey, this is what we do. Like even if you don't use their product, they'll invite you. And I would say,
are they looking for feedback, or are they just trying to get in front of your face?
They're trying to get, hey, this is what we do. We want to like show, like,
consider us.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really selling it to you, but eventually you're gonna be like, oh, this is way, but I don't even know why I'm not using these. Like so. And since like they're very like well known in the pizza world, like I got to hang out with some very famous pizza makers in my mind who I look up to, and even some like local guys around here that on this last trip that was really cool because there was a few of us from the 209 now. I'm like, we don't really have a pizza scene compared to like New York, San Francisco, LA, Chicago. So to have a couple guys from the 209 come in and be there and represent, and we drive through here all the time. We stayed in Lodi, then we're driving all the way to like Patterson and Stockton area, and we're like, for us it's like, oh, we see this every fucking day.
Yeah. But there's some people that come from out just to see the.
Yeah, they're like, this place is so beautiful. I'm all, yeah, just don't go to Stockton. You don't want to go there right now. Yeah,
that's back to the LA. Well, parts.
There's parts, like, oh, so you live out here? I'm like, yeah. I literally drive through these fields every day. Like, I was like, it's like, but it was cool to see because like their appreciation would like made me appreciate it even more. Like,
what we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we have a lot here.
Yeah. I was thinking that at first when I thought of like, I thought you owned just a pizza. It's a catering company. Yeah. I thought it was like a pizza joint, like a shop type of thing.
Maybe soon about a pizza joint.
But I was thinking about like, man, that's so saturated. That was and then that was also what I was thinking on when I went to New York. But the simple fact that there was a 99-cent slice place and there was like a $5.99 slice place, but there was a line out the door to get the $5.99 for the $5.99 one, and I was like, wow, this quality will always win.
100%.
Quality, like they're in business because of volume. Because I'm pretty sure they're just pumping 1,000 slices a day, whatever. But these guys, all they gotta sell is like
100.
Half that, and boom, and you gotta wait. And so quality, man. And with the other people you have around here that also do 209, do you guys help each other out then? Do you guys like share ideas or?
I like to, I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for myself.
Okay.
And so I like to support everybody, even if they don't support me, like I'll still support you. And I try to, like I want to elevate pizza in the 209. Like that's always been the kind of like my mission and my vision. Like, hey, like how do I put my part into like elevate pizza in the 209? And like, how is that going to create opportunities for not just me, but for other people who want to do things like me? Mm-hmm. It's like I have to think bigger than myself sometimes. Like, so even though I might come off like, oh, this guy always support, he's always trying to like what's his agenda? Like my agenda is just so that you can survive and win, just like me.
Yes.
Like I don't want to see no one go out of business at all. I don't care about Little Caesars, but. Or Papa John's, but shots fired.
I was waiting for that.
But like for the independent and people like that, I think like I think everybody's got to they're doing pizza and they're doing it very well. Like I want to support that. Like I want to be like like how can I help you, or what can I do? Like if it's just like you go to your spot and share your pizza so people can come to your spot and support you. It's not like. I don't care if it's not about me being better than you. Like, cause everybody can make a good pizza if they really tried.
And anything.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like this be like more like, community driven, to support each other. But, but it's like,
not just about yourself.
Yeah, it's not about myself. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. We all have something to offer and provide.
Yeah.
To the community. So like we all do it differently. We all have a different story. We all have a different background. And that's like, to me, that's the beauty.
Yes.
Of being an entrepreneur. Like, because the $5.99 slice, right? It's the quality, but it's also the story behind that and who they are.
You know what? That's 100% true. Because now that I'm remembering because they were also nicer. They had a lot of art of like the story. Story, and like even celebrities that have been here, and the other one, it was just more like a McDonald's.
It's a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And they both serve the community and just different demographics, right?
Yes. Back to your avatar. Who you trying to sell to?
Who you trying to sell to? Like you want to sell to kids that have like 99 cents in their pocket, or you just want to sell someone that's a businessman who's like, I want the quality.
Yes.
I'll spend the $5.
I want to tie these two together. So these expos you've attended, do they kind of showcase like the pizza industry evolving, or is it more like a networking thing, or what?
It's everything. So you want to go, if you want to get into the business, any business, because I've worked in also like a lot of other trade shows, companies, and for a lot of different industries in the past. You get to see equipment, you get to see actually professionals making pizza, and that's when I really got introduced to like a quality pizza. And it was like 2018, I believe, when I went to my first pizza expo, and I was with my friend who owned that other pizza catering company, and I was like, and I had some pizza, and I was like, what the fuck is this? He's all, it's pretty good, huh? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why the fuck are we making this? He's all, oh, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm thinking like, yeah, our pizza's good, but I've never had anything like this. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was so, like from Roman style, Sicilian, New York, Chicago, and I was just like my brain started just going like a hamster. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I need to learn how to make this. Like, so eventually starting my own business pushed me to that.
You were hungry.
I was hungry, yeah,
to like learn what's out there. Yeah. What are the
possibilities?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, like this is a thing. So, but really, like starting my own thing is what really pushed me and driven. Like, oh, I need to learn how to do this. If I want to make a name for myself, this is what I have to do. And
also just the whole commitment phase. Yeah. Of like, I wouldn't say it was like, it was close to like all your money. I wouldn't say it was all your money, but it was close to all your money, and it was the sink or swim situation.
Sink or swim, yeah.
And so I love that. And how long is the event, the expo? Or
it's a 3-day event in Vegas. They have one coming up in October for 2 days, which is a really good show too. It's a smaller one, but it's all the East Coast people mostly. There's a lot of West Coast people who go there too, but that one, like I say, if you can go, because there's competition, so you can compete in certain categories. So,
tell me about that. You claim to be a competitive pizza maker?
Yeah, I've done a competition, and
so, what is that, man?
Like, it's I don't know. For me, it's like it's you have fun. You get to showcase what you can do, but like really, like, there's different categories. There's to the games where people are like tossing pizza or like making a bunch of boxes fast stuff.
Is that competitive then? I've seen like girls and guys. I think people even dressed up as one as Naruto. Like, shooting dough and like being very like almost like they were juggling, but it's dough.
It is wild.
It's
bro.
crazy.
It is wild to see that shit.
So they're competing. It's not entertainment.
It's both.
Oh, it's both,
but
right?
They're competing though because there's so many guys doing it. And there's different categories. So even like the category I did non-traditional my first time, and it was there's no rules on how you make your pizza. Like there was like so it was like but there's like people who've been competing for 18 years, 10 years, and those guys are pros and they're making beautiful pizza. I'm just like, woo, like. But the thing is, like, how do you know where you stand if you don't like put yourself out there to some of these like professionals, right?
That's really that. I love that. I love how that sounded. How do you know you're any good if you're not out there with the pro?
Yeah. So how do I humble myself to know like, hey, I still got a lot of work to go.
It's almost like this quote saying like, why you want to run with the big dogs when you're training with puppies?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what just made me like, damn, like that, because that's I didn't do it competitively. It's just that I want to get back into long distance running.
Okay, yeah.
And last month I did my first 10K.
Nice.
And I've never done a 10K before.
Okay.
But I'm like, how do I know I'm gonna get like faster? And I'm because my whole goal is to do a marathon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you gotta work your way up there, man. Like, do 10K. Now, my next thing, I have another one coming up next month, and then I want to do a half. Like, you just gotta keep working, keep putting yourself out there. Like,
put in your reps, get your 10,000 hours plus. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Do you go there solely for the information, or do you buy stuff out there, like for your business?
Every year, it's like now it becomes like it's kind of like for me to network one. This last expo, I got to do a couple of demos.
Like you teaching people?
Well, yeah, showcasing like ovens or products and stuff like that. So I got, I show up and they pay me for the time. And then,
that's dope. That's cool, man.
Like pizzas and stuff in their booth and stuff like that.
That's sick.
So I did that. Didn't compete this year, but I'm gonna compete next year. And so yeah, it's like it's like there's a lot of great pizza makers and you get inspired by. I get inspired by all of them. Like even the guys that are just like starting to learn. I'm like, oh, I know what that feels like. like that's cool. I like that feeling.
Like come up, and you guys can all share like that.
And the pizza community is very, for the most part. I can't say everybody's like that, but I say the majority, like the mass majority, like they're all willing to help each other out. That's
nice. Very giving.
Yeah. So
strong community.
Yeah, strong community, which is like something like me. Like, hey, like if I can help you out, I'll help you out. If there's something that you can learn from me, come hang out with me and work with me for a day if you want. Like I'm not. I tell people there's no secrets in life, like especially in business. There's no secrets. Like especially with pizza, like, there's no secrets. Like if you want to keep it a secret, put it in a book. No one's gonna read it. Like. For the most part, there's
no secrets. I feel like there's sometimes gatekeepers.
Gatekeepers, yeah.
But the gatekeepers are dying off because, like, I compare it to like music or even like programs, like like TV shows. Back then you had to know somebody to like put a label to get your music on. Now all these independent artists, good for them.
Yeah.
And TV shows, you had to go through
producers and this and that. But
can I say this? And now people like. And I don't watch TV. All I do is internet shows.
Yeah, me too.
And there's no rules in that. And I feel like they grab a bigger audience than TV's dying, papers dying. Yeah. All these things with gatekeepers dying.
It is, and I think that's like with industry because like social media is like played a huge role in that because now you can build your own organic audience, and people are like fans of what you do, and then all of a sudden these people who are gatekeepers like, oh well. Shit, like we need to get this guy out because he's got like a huge social media following. Why? Because he's got a lot of attention right now. Mm-hmm. So now you got to now we have leverage.
Yes, against the bigger
guys. But they have the money, but we also have the leverage because we have audience. So
I love how you did those two comparisons because capital is one thing. The money is, of course, a lot of. You could do a lot more, but if you don't got like that organic follow, that organic community, like. It's pretty much useless because nobody's gonna. Yeah, there's got to be a connection.
There's got to be connection. Yes,
that's the one thing I've learned in branding and all this because I take a lot of pride in what this podcast became to be and the people I've met and like just the people reaching out and I'm like, damn, this is so cool, man. Like, so we're all in this together. I like to remind people we're all in. Value Vibes Podcast is everyone. It's not just me. I'm just here learning, but
you're just the vessel for us to tell our story.
Yeah, 100%. Yes,
and like it's like. I always tell people you should do a podcast. Well, yeah, I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be my thing, but I know there's a lot of people doing podcasts. So like, like I'll let them do what they do best. Like right now I gotta focus on making pizza and making sure my catering events and my clients are happy. And if I go live, that's like the best live podcast. Me, cussing, because I cuss a lot. Yeah. I can't stop. But
you be collabing with typically at these events there's like wedding planners, decorations, photographers, videographers. Mm-hmm. Do you be like collabing with them too?
Yeah. Like, a lot of them like we'll do like events where like photographers will want me to come out and just do like a photography shoot, and they'll have a couple models. We'll do pizza and stuff like that. I'll do like a couple pizzas so they can take pictures. So we'll do that. We all trade each other's information. We kind of like, hey, like that person was cool. I'm gonna recommend my clients to this person because they're gonna do a good job.
Yeah, because I started paying attention to the wedding and quinceañera industry.
Yeah.
Billions, like an average quinceañera wedding, because one is just the girl and the other one's the girl and the guy, but they're spending like easy 20, 30 bands. There's minimum band. That's why I'm like talking about that, and just because I've seen the lower end, never seen a pizza caterer, but I've seen the lower end catering and the higher end catering.
Oh yeah, night and day.
Can you kind of like give like tips or advice to like the caterers just in general, like how to like present yourself in the best light, make sure your client's happy, like maybe help you to like not look bad on the game day, the actual day of the event?
I mean, show up early. Like if you're gonna feed people at 6:00, depending like what your prep looks like, show up 2 to 4 hours early, minimum. Because even if it's even like, oh, that's too long, well, all the shit happens. Like maybe you need to move everything to a different location because where you're gonna make food at doesn't work, or they don't allow it. So like you can't do that last minute, which you already set up or everything. Like stuff happens all the time. So you want to give yourself some time for, like, hey, you're driving down the road and you get a flat tire. Well, AAA going to be there for 40 minutes. Well, you start in an hour and a half. So like, can you pull it off? Probably not. So if you're like 2 or 3 hours ahead of time, you're gonna have at least enough time to cover that.
That's really good. It's stuff you don't think of, and you don't want to happen, but life happens.
Yeah, all the time.
I'm also assuming like double check your equipment. I would assume
always, and then when you get to the business side, like have contracts. Now we like back in the day it was harder to get contracts. You had to write them up, or you had to go like through a lawyer. Now it's like you can just chat GBT that shit.
Man, I'm learning so much. So we said be early, have contracts.
Yeah.
One more you want to add?
Now it's like we live in an age where like cash payments are very rare now.
It's all like Venmo or credit cards.
So like learning how to, get your money. Mm-hmm. Before we used to like get cash all the time, and it was like I had to chase people around. Oh, let me get your money. Like, can you pay us? Like, oh yeah, we'll get you. And they're drunk. It's a wedding, so it's like,
the day of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like, you get your money in advance, or it sucks that we have to pay processing fees, but at the end of the day, it's like convenience is nice. Make everything. We're in hospitality. Make it easy for them. They don't want to think about it. Like they already got so much. Like just make it really easy. If not, just charge a little extra to cover it. Like
exactly.
People love convenience.
Yes, they do. Damn, but that was all really great tips and great advice. Because I've seen it all from every aspect. Photographer, the food people. I've even seen a mariachi, man. My uncle was so mad because he paid a mariachi to come to his daughter's quince.
Yeah.
Went to a whole different venue, I don't know how they figured it out, but I'm just like, wow, man, like all these little things that we don't think of, like double check that. But I think it's all stuff that some of it can be prevented, but the other can't. You just life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Do you have any stories? A story you want to tell? An event, maybe a good time, a good moment, like something. Wow,
man. There's a lot of stories. A good time, man. I've done so many great clients. I just like, man. Every time I do, that was probably the best catering event I've done all year. And then then you could do another one. Man, it's like these keep on getting better and better. There was a catering event that we used to do before I started my company. It was Los Gatos luxury cars. It was a car dealership. They sold like Rolls Royces, like just balling. Los Gatos is a super expensive town to live in. And we would cater a lot of their events. Like sometimes they'll have all the Google or Apple execs. It'll be like 10 people, but they'll pay for like a lot more money for 10 people. And we would go out there and just feed these guys that were just test driving Bentleys and Rolls Royces and McLarens and whatever, So that was cool. And so we would get invited to like these crazy events that they had, like where they had like they shipped in like some of this like ones of one type of cars that are worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. And it was like just like the who's who and the Silicon Valley, and we're just catering for everybody. They're making pizza for people, and there's like there's probably like $1 billion worth of car inventory just around us, and that was cool because I like cars. I'm like, dude, I've never seen this car in real life. Like, and then see you can sit in it and everything. Turn the car. I'm like, man, like it's just like it's cool to see that. Wow, like this is could be attainable.
Hey man, I love your mindset.
Yeah.
The whole time you've been talking, the way you present yourself, your brand speaks for itself. How did you have like this high IQ like mindset, man? Like, cause you're around the money.
Yeah.
You're around. I consider you a luxury service, 100%. How'd you like learn or self-educate yourself, or was it through like? No,
just work. Like working and hustling and. So, obviously I worked for like a small flag football league, but also I, for a long time, I used to run medical marijuana dispensaries in LA. We owned them. I used to buy brands. I had my own companies within those brands. I ran like 15, 14 dispensaries, and we were considered like a luxury medical marijuana dispensary, and we carried high-end products and stuff like that. And so I was around a lot of people who were dealing in high-end business people, like hey, like I own a Porsche dealership, and he's one of our clients, and I had friends who were like in the music industry, some very famous people, and they would come to my shops and stuff like that because we carried very expensive stuff, and it was always quality over everything,
The quality will attract
your clientele, so. And just and just branding, and so that just working in that industry for a long time taught me a lot, and working around like having these mentors who own like multiple businesses, not just like dispensaries. They own like restaurants and strip clubs and whatever. Basically, surrounding yourself with people doing better than you. 100%. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Is because it's still true. If you're the smartest person in the room, get in another room. Yeah, because there's levels to this. There's 100%, and I had to get out of the Central Valley for a little bit to learn it and be exposed to it, especially in LA. Knowing that there's like quality. Like I've there's some stories I probably can't even talk about. Like hanging out with some billionaires who are like that were well known. The reason why we have cell phones, like there's a product in every cell phone that their company made. It's like it's crazy. Like and knowing them personally and just partying and learning business from some of these people too. So it's pretty crazy. Because I've noticed also like talking to more successful people or people like just with more resources than their conversations are different. Yeah, their interests are different. They're not stuck complaining about like everyday like little things. They're like it's visions. It's what are we gonna work on? What's the big picture here? And it's education to me is key. Yeah, it's I was recently talking to a friend of mine, and he's like, damn, bro, you're always on the go and you're always doing this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, bro. And like, yeah, bro. And we're both always on our phones. Like, yeah. But him, all he does is watch stand-up comedy. Yeah. Like comedian, like laughs, basically. Entertainment, which there's nothing wrong with that. I like reels and stuff. But I'm like, me, bro, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to like, so it's all like, what do you invest your time in? Yeah. Like, what's the return on investment, ROI, right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm the same way too. Yeah, I'm on my phone a lot too. And you're always posting this in your social media. I'm looking at people's pages. I'm commenting. Like, I'm trying to add value, give value, messaging people, seeing what's hot, what's not hot, what's trending. It's always like it doesn't stop. It doesn't ever turn off for me. What's been the biggest ROI investment wise for your branding on the branding side?
I really like your tent setup.
Yeah,
your
yeah.
tent
I wish I got that a long time ago.
and the mantel. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm getting some new ones made too, so with new artwork on it. But that is definitely like that one thing has helped out a lot. It made me look way more professional. And I wish I would have got it a long time ago. It was sometimes I get stuck like pulling the trigger on certain things. I just don't know. You know, I'm not perfect, but
none of us are.
That was a great investment, and then to the point where hey, I'm buying another one, and I'm buying two more tables because I want to have two, and then it's like this is a perfect like sugar. I don't like carrying business cards anymore, because people lose them all the time. So I said stickers. My tent has all my information. Take a picture because you got a cell phone. I know you got one.
And that's so true. It's because you got to keep up with the times.
Yeah,
because I feel like like maybe if you're 40 plus, you'll still want that actual card.
Yeah, and I still get that all the time.
But the 20, my generation, QR code or just I'll find you. Oh, what's his Instagram? Yeah, what's your Facebook? Whatever.
Everything's on there, for the most part, So
that's 100% true though. That those small little investments, I think because it's not instant gratification.
Yeah,
it's like you buying a tent with your name on it, a mantel with your name on it, a business card. It's not instant like ringing your phone or orders coming in. But in the long game, people are gonna be like, "Hey man, remember that guy with the nice tent with this and that?" Like people will remember certain things and
with the bomb ass pizza. I took a picture of it. It's in my phone somewhere. Little search. Oh, there it is. Like,
hey, this is just me talking shit. You know what's something that people record? I'm like, you're never gonna watch that ever again. Yeah. But people record it. It's fireworks.
Yeah.
When I see people recording, I'm like, nobody goes on their phone to rewatch a firework.
No. That's so funny.
That's just me talking shit.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Man. So I learned this from Yessi, but basically it's catch you, man. We got to catch you at an event because you're not somebody we can like, hey man, make me or have the money.
I mean, no, but even like if you're like, hey, I'm being drunk on this day, blah blah.
I'm talking here to the general public.
Yeah.
So I kind of listed. This is like just a little thing I wanted to do with you.
Yeah.
Do you consume like everyday pizza, like ever these locals? Like I'm talking about the Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Huts, Costco.
Ever since I really got like into pizza, it's very rare. Like if I go to a party and they have it, I'll eat it.
Oh, okay.
I'll eat it. Yeah.
List me these from like best to worst, just because I feel like they're very like familiar with people.
Yeah.
Costco, Domino's, Little Caesars, and Pizza Hut.
So we got Costco, Domino's,
Little Caesars,
and
Pizza Hut.
Oh man. I'm gonna say I fuck with Costco. That's probably the best one out of those ones.
Hell yeah, man! That's my guy. That's my guy right there. I love Costco pizza.
I love it too. It's so funny because like on my TikTok, I post a lot of like Costco content because like there are lots of good stuff, and I always grab a slice. Like that's like my little like little
treat?
Secret.
Oh yeah, oh, you see, exposed.
I'm gonna slice from Costco, and then the thing is, I have my. I used to love watching that show as a kid. Yes. It's always when I have my wood fire oven trailer, and I'm at Costco, and that's in the parking lot, and I'll like take a bite of the slice, and I'll set it on my wood fire oven. And I'll pretend I'm walking. I'm like, who the fuck fucking got this slice on my oven? This fucking bag, and I just grab it and eat it, and on the camera, and then put it down, and I just put it on TikTok. Everybody starts laughing.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah.
So Costco's top tier.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
For me too. Okay, and then let's just say Domino's, Little Caesars, and Pizza Hut, because I think those deliver.
I would say Domino's is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Little Caesars and Pizza Hut being last.
Oh wow, you surprised me. I thought you were gonna say Little Caesars last.
Yeah. No, Little Caesars is not too bad, but like I just like I don't know. It's kind of hard.
When they were, I don't think they are anymore. Yeah. When they were $5, man.
Just say it was a different time.
That was my go-to.
Like it's like nothing against like the big pizza. Like I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to do what I do without like those companies doing what they do. So and even like the way they market pizza and make it so like like a cultural thing here. Like, it's like, I've grown up in the 80s and the 90s. There was like Wayne's World, and they always like had like, they were like Pizza Hut and Pepsi, and like they'd be like, this isn't a pizza commercial, and they have like a Pizza Hut, and, like they're eating on TV, like, and they made it really fucking cool. So shout out to them for making pizza cool,
Yeah,
because I wouldn't be able to do what I do if they didn't do that.
Giving credits to the Giants.
Yeah, you got to, because they're gonna be here forever.
Yeah, well past us.
Yeah.
So going to now not controversial, but like the debate, best toppings, top 3 toppings for you. But real quick, pineapple, yes or no?
Yeah,
100%, right?
100%.
I don't think I've ever met somebody that said no.
I mean, like if you're, it's very hard for Latinos. We love pineapple.
You know what blew my mind when I was looking through your expo stuff? I was like, Dole has their own stand.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow, that's how much.
And they even have a pineapple line like that's made for pizza. Like it's a certain cut for pizza.
Wow, what the heck? Yeah. The more you know.
The more you know.
What's in your brand or in your company? What's your most popular toppings? Like your 2, 3? Is it pepperoni? Like
pepperoni will always be number one.
Number one.
Yeah. So like the way we set up our menu, we kind of like we don't let our clients pick the menu. Like we already have a set menu, and we carry all these ingredients, and we're gonna make these pizzas with these ingredients, and we can also make these other pizzas. Like it's gonna be an experience.
I think that's what you're selling.
Yeah, I'm selling an experience. I'm not selling pizza. I'm selling an experience.
Yes. So what 2 toppings you say? 2 other toppings are like you go through a lot.
So right now, my pepperoni is number 1, basil number 2, and the other pizza that became extremely popular, which I didn't think it was gonna be popular, but it's kind of one of my favorites because that's the one I like to eat. I call it the Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity.
Yeah, so it's gonna be vodka sauce, which is like orange, pesto, and red sauce. Is orange, red, green.
3 sauces.
3 sauces. Like we always do like in a stripe, right?
Yes.
And it's very colorful. Like it's like to me, it's like I get to paint like art on a pizza. Like this is my art. Like, and so it's the way I kind of express myself with that pizza. But I had it for the first time in New York, and I was like, I've seen it so many times. So I'm like, that pizza looks so cool with those 3 colors.
At some point on, like, I've noticed on the upper scale, on the luxury scale, food just becomes art.
Yeah,
you start going into these fine dining, fancy ass places. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to Hell's Kitchen in Vegas.
Okay, yeah.
And the way they bring you the drinks, like a $40 drink, they bring it to you, like you open this little chamber and like smoke comes out and you grab it. And it's a like
4 or 5 sips is done. Mom.
It's like 2 shots and like, but it's the experience, the luxury, the way they came out to get it. How was your New York trip, man? Do you go there often, or
I've been on the East Coast quite often. I've been in New Jersey, Philadelphia, but when I started going to New York like 2-3 years ago, and I've probably been going like twice a year. I was there in January this year. I have some pizza friends in New York that I became really close with, and were cool. So I get to stay with them. We go on a pizza crawl. They try to take me to places that we've been to before. So, which is cool because you get to like learn like pizza history, even pizza that hasn't really changed. Like it's like an era of New York pizza. Like, hey, this style of pizza was what they were eating in like the 40s and the 60s. It hasn't really changed. And this pizza's from like the 80s and like the early 2000s. Like this is how they still make it, because it hasn't changed because the people still there is because when you look at the longevity of pizza restaurants, they'll be, especially independently owned, they'll be around 10, 20, 30, 60, 70 years. Like some of them will be around 100 years.
So they do have
the longevity of a pizza business can be a long time.
Wow.
Versus like regular restaurants that are around 3-5 years.
I think it's also like the loyalty aspect.
Yes.
Because once you find like your spot or your place, that's the go-to. Do you have a local go-to in Turlock?
Man, it's going back to that. It's one of these pizza spots that have been around since I was a kid. Jura's Pizza in Turlock.
Never heard of it, but Jura's.
He's been around since it's been around since the 70s, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's been around a minute.
Yeah, and I haven't ate there in a long time. But there's every once in a while I have a craving. Like if I want pizza, do I want to go to Jura's? I'm like, They got good wings, but just like it's just a nostalgic spot. Like can I make a better pizza? Yeah, but like I just like their pizza because I grew up eating it my whole life.
Yeah.
Like everybody has their pizza spot that they grew up their whole life. Like you go over there and just like, yeah, I'll go kill a large really quick. It doesn't matter if like, oh, they go, yeah, it used to be better, but I still like it.
you know what I thought of when you said like nostalgic than back then, but it's not. We didn't go there for. Well, we always had pizza there, but we never went there for the pizza. Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Think about that too. Like even Chuck E. Cheese, they survived the pandemic by selling pizza out of Chuck E. Cheese.
And just pick up, right?
Pick up. It was like $5, $6 a pizza. They were just like, dude, they crushed it. You know, they crushed it.
Adapt or die.
Yeah, adapt or die, and they adapted.
Because we're not gonna go through another pandemic like that.
No,
but there's things that are gonna happen in the world that you're gonna have to.
Oh yeah, dude, I went through 9/11, 2008, when housing market crashed, and then the pandemic. Right, so like I've seen 3 transitions. Of the world and
impact
and changes of the market and stuff like that. Like so,
I know we kind of talked. You gave some phenomenal advice to caterers or people in that world. And just overall, any advice or tips or like just words of wisdom for an entrepreneur or somebody that maybe they're thinking of taking this jump but they're scared to.
Oh man, okay. One, learn financial literacy, like. Especially like in the Latino community, like we're never taught that. You know, learn financial literacy, learn like how to get loans, where to go find loans, learn about your credit, like how do you build your credit? Like that's gonna be important. Like we're not ever taught that like as a community. Yeah, there's some people, like it's not 100%, but like the majority, we're not taught that. So learn those things because it's gonna help you out so much. Especially when the opportunity comes and you don't have the financial backing, you can't jump on that opportunity then.
Even if it's a good opportunity. You can't.
You can't because like I don't have the finances to do it. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna get discouraged and give up and not do it, and then just go back to working your 9 to 5 thinking and like this is what it's supposed to be like. No, like everybody has these opportunities. We just like, you know, what's making it different from one certain group versus the others, like this the literacy and the education behind the finances part.
Knowing,
yes. Knowing how to find help.
Yeah. And being like I think also like humble enough to like ask and receive it because and I don't know if it's Latino culture, but like this is how like my dad was. Like I know it all. I don't. And now he's a lot more accepting of like ideas and opinions.
Yeah.
But OG Latinos, they're like, nah,
this is scam.
If it's broke, why fix it? Back to that.
Yeah.
If it's not broke, why fix it?
Well, yeah, it's not broke. No, but the thing is, like, that to me is like that saying to me is like nothing's ever broken. You just got to keep on learning because it's always evolving and changing.
Mm-hmm. And you can always build a better mousetrap.
Yes.
Love it, man.
You can reinvent the wheel.
You get 100%.
I'm still waiting.
I'm still waiting for toilet paper. What's the next thing with that? Talking about things that evolve.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, it skyrocketed, but nothing changed. I was like, they're going to come out with something. But
yeah.
Sanctuary Pizza Man, what's the future hold for you? What's the goal?
You know what? I feel like it like sometimes it changes, but like I think for my business, we've been looking at a couple like brick and mortar type concepts.
Nice. In Turlock?
Modesto right now is like the high.
Oh, but like that area though. You're not gonna go to LA.
No. You know, and I have opportunities to go out there. That's the thing. And the thing is, I'm like, no, I have to do it here first. I had opportunities like even like to go out to Nashville and some other places too, and I'm just like,
that's beautiful, man. That you have those doors open.
Yeah, and I'll go out there and I'll go see the opportunity and then just feel it out and be like, okay, no. It made me realize when I went to Nashville, I got to do it here first before I expand anywhere else like that.
Hell yeah, man.
So there's a spot I've been looking in Modesto, but we'll see. We're still trying to figure things out on that.
Things floating.
Yeah, so it's gotta make sense. It's gotta make sense. So
and make money.
Yeah, yeah, because like even if it's like like you're not gonna be rich, become a millionaire selling pizza, like, but if I can build a place where I can have guys learn, evolve, and even move on and do their own thing if they want, or if not, just be a part of something and build off of that. Like even give them like percentage, like ownership, like here, like. So you have more skin in the game, like it's
they're gonna care more.
They're gonna care more, and it's like, and it's gonna free me from doing other things that's gonna bring more money for the shop, catering, and whatever other ventures I want to get into within pizza or outside of pizza.
I notice successful people, they never not have problems. The problems just get bigger. The ones they're solving.
You're looking for bigger problems.
You're looking for bigger problems. Yeah. Wow. Like, that's exciting, bro.
Yeah.
Are you booked for the rest of the year?
Pretty much. Not every like weekend, but we're starting to book for next year already. And so we got some big events coming up. We got this event with Big Vic's this Thursday on the 28th.
The barbecue? Yeah,
the barbecue spot down. It's like kind of by downtown Turlock. Cool event. We'll have some friends out there DJing from Third Hour Collective. They're from Merced. Those guys are really cool. That's one of my local artists who did all my art on my ovens. Joel, he's part of that. Irvin, great guys. They do cool stuff.
That's dope. I love your whole community thing, man. Because you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. Because the proof is in the pudding. I've seen you collab with so many people and so many local businesses. Because I feel like it just brings you guys. You don't look at them as you don't look really as competition.
I don't know. I don't even look at people like that. Like it's like oh cool. Like you want to come up? Let's come up together. It's like it's like they might be at a higher point than me at one time, and then and they help me get to this point, and then all of a sudden I blow up. I go, I'm gonna bring you with me too. Like it's always going. Like hey, it's like you got to do that. Like it's not like you're not gonna get all the power. The power is in numbers, we all have something to give and offer, so it's like, let's do it together in whatever way you can,
100%. Last question, bro. What's your go-to toppings, man? What's the Ryan special? I want to try the Ryan special. Like if I remember at a pizza joint, I'm like, man, I want the Ryan special. What is that?
Man, okay, so there's a pizza that I like to make. We called it the Hot Boy 209 now, but
hey, that better be at the restaurant. If you guys open up the restaurant, that better be.
It's gonna be on the that one's gonna be on the menu. But so I have this friend who makes these like pickled candy jalapenos. They call them cowboy candy, but they're like pickled jalapenos, but they're like candy. They're sweet, like they're like pickled in like sugar and like they're phenomenal. And she makes them the best. I try to make them like, nah, like I'm not gonna try to learn how to make this. I'm like, she's gonna make them for me.
I'm gonna stick to my pizza.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my pizza, but I'm gonna put this on my pizza. So I'll do that with pepperoni, hot honey, and ricotta. Ricotta cheese.
Oh, ricotta cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's like people like you, especially with Latin people. What's ricotta cheese? More requesón. The Italian requesón. That's the type of cheese that we put hot honey, and that one's like a really good one. Like so, like the sweet and spicy, and the richness of the ricotta cheese kind of like balances everything out.
Ryan, bro, thank you so much for coming, dog.
Man, thanks for having me, bro.
Sanctuary Pizza, man. Yeah. 209. Please let the people know where they can follow you right there.
You can follow me at IG, TikTok. It's the same handle, Sanctuary_Pizza. We're on Twitter, same thing. Facebook, same thing. So we can try to keep it the same. We don't try and change it.
No, and that's a last branding tip.
Yeah.
Whenever you create your socials, make sure they're the same handles across the board.
Yes.
Don't have one numbers here, numbers there. No, all across the board. That way, people have the easiest time to follow you.
Yes. And we have a website, sanctuary-pizza.com. So
this was a really good episode, man, for not just on the pizza aspect, but on the business and the branding. The only other person I really got this in depth with was Rozzy Revamps.
Okay.
And I just because I get some good feedback, so I know this is gonna be really good.
Oh yeah, I mean we can go down like every like topic rabbit hole, because there's so much.
There's so much. Yeah. But till next time, man. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, bro.
Man. Thank you. For
much love. All right, later, Raza. Peace.